I don't remember it being a sort of seminal moment where we all went, click, we've seen the light.
I think anyone who says that they knew 2020 would grow up to be what it is then is an absolute liar. So yes, I knew exactly what it would be today. I knew the IPL would be as big as it is. That was a joke.
Of the many moments which changed the fabric of cricket, this is probably the only one that played out in a car. In April 2002, with English counties scheduled to vote for or against the introduction of a 20-over championship, the then chairman, Lord Maclaurin, made frantic phone calls on the way to Lords, hoping to sway the 5 or 6 counties who were on the fence. The counties voted 11-7 in favour of 2020. A seminal moment, at least in hindsight.
But certainly the English first season, I would say there was optimism of a product that would help the game, that would encourage a new audience, young people, but I don't think anybody had the expectation of the enormity that was very soon to hit us.
2020 might have exploded in our faces only in 2007 when India won the World Cup and the inaugural IPL followed, but there had been signs that cricket was on a winner long before that. More than a year after that crucial vote, the first set of T20 games were played in England. Around 30,000 fans turned up to watch the games. Many of them were families with kids in tow. In terms of both the numbers and the demographic, this was the kind of crowd county grounds weren't used to.
I don't think any of us really knew what to expect when the T20 competition was launched in 2003. I remember thinking it was worth a go because, you know, you want people to come and watch cricket. And it became clear pretty soon that they were onto something. You know, there were decent crowds and actually the cricket was really good.
But all I can remember is thinking that, oh, this can't be good for spin bowling. Spinners are going to get smashed, and everyone thought that as well. But I played my first ever game against Worcestershire at Worcester. They had like Graham Hick playing. And I think I got sort of 2 for 13 or 2 for 14 or something. I remember walking back after bye thinking, oh, got away with that.
The counties played their part in drawing the crowds. Martin Williamson wrote on ESPN Cricinfo, Nottinghamshire got their more tone players to post topless on posters. Worcestershire placed a jacuzzi on the boundary edge. Gloucestershire warned their committee that if any of them turned up wearing a tie, they would be kicked out. Yorkshire sold tickets at £2. Glamorgan asked fans to turn up in pyjamas.
The very first one played at Eden Park when both the New Zealand and Australian players wore the retro 1980s gear. A lot of them wear false moustaches. Ricky Ponting played very well in Australia win, and they all were just so loose about that game. I mean, nobody thought to take it seriously then. I've seen Ricky interviewed since, and nobody really thought it would become a part and parcel of our lives.
This wasn't the first time cricket had tried to introduce a shorter format. There were the double wicket tournaments, Super Sixes, Max Cricket. But unlike any of these, T20 didn't seem like exhibition cricket, despite the frills.
I remember that they had a little remote control car, and if you got a naught as you were walking off the field, a little remote control car drove round you to wind you up, and one of our batsmen just hit it with his bat and smashed it to pieces. It was very funny.
On July 19, 2003, Surrey were crowned the first 2020 champions. Over 1 month, more than 240,000 spectators had flocked to the stadium, 4 times the number that watched the Benson and Hedges Cup one day as the previous season.
And they'd had the band Atomic Kitten playing in one of the intervals there, and there'd been quite a lot of gimmickry around the outside. And what we both thought was, you know what, the cricket doesn't need it. This competition stands up as really great cricket, great entertainment, and you don't need all the peripheral stuff. And no, I couldn't have envisaged how big it would grow, that it would be the preeminent format of the sport in many people's eyes, or the incredible financial growth it would bring into the game. I couldn't, but you could see very quickly that it would be popular. that it would catch on and it would mushroom.
It did more than just mushroom. It's completely changed, some might say taken over, the game. After all, 25 years ago, if a batsman played a ball over the wicketkeeper's head, it would have been called a mistake. Today, it doesn't matter how they come. And to think, it all started with a few frantic phone calls in a car. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.